Hello investors and future investors, welcome to the channel. For today's video, I'm going to show you how to increase your premium if you're trying to make more income to grow your portfolio. Now, if you're very new to options or you're trying to get into options world in order to supplement your 9 to 5, then you've come to the right video. Welcome to Investment Gains. Let's jump right into it. Welcome back, investors and future investors. My name is Tim, and on this channel, I show you how I use my portfolio in order to make consistent income, and you could do the same. For today's video, I'm going to show you several different ways to increase your income and grow your portfolio a bit faster. Now, remember, before getting into any options trading, always remember to do your own due diligence, and even more, always make sure you have an exit strategy before getting into any option trade. Now, for today's video, we're going to go ahead and use Mara Holdings, MARA. Now, you guys know how we do it. We like to go ahead and get down and dirty with options. So let's go ahead and open up the option chains for Mara. And we do that by going to Trade Mara Options. Okay, for this video, we're going to be concentrating on selling calls. Now, if you selling calls or you selling puts, these different ways in order to increase your income are pretty much going to be the same. However, if you're going to be doing option spreads or other contracts with different strategies, then it's going to be slightly different. So once again, these ways of getting more premium is going to be based on selling calls and selling puts. Now, in order for you to sell a call, you must first go ahead to sell and call. Then we're going to maintain the exact same strike date here, which is January 24th, which gives us 3 days to expiration. Please note the date and the amount of days to expiration. That's going to be very important further along in the video. Now we're going to go ahead and we're going to choose a strike price, and we're going to use the strike price of $21.50. And with the $21.50, the premium we're going to be receiving is going to be 0.24 or $24. Now, in the option world, each option contract is multiplied by 100 shares. So 0.24 multiplied by 100 is going to give you $24. So by doing this option strategy, you stand to gain $24 of option premium. Now, with this option strategy, this $24 of option premium right here is yours to keep no matter how this trade goes. I'm not going to go into detail about how this trade goes because I have several videos on selling calls and how to choose your strike price, how to choose your strike date, and also when to close these option trades. So we're not going to focus on that today. We're going to stick mainly to increasing your option premium. Now, the first way to increase your premium is to do your own due diligence and choose whatever premium and strike price works for you. Now, if you want to increase it just a bit, now we're going to go ahead and we're going to choose our strike price just a bit lower. Let's go with the $21 strike price. So one way to increase your option premium is going to be to reduce your strike price. As you can see here, with the reduction in the strike price of 21 from 21.5, your premium has increased and is going to increase to 0.32, which is an $8 increase. Now, I always try to tell you guys, do not worry about the monetary income that you're going to be receiving. So do not worry about the $32. It looks very small. Worry about your percentage gain. So simply take your premium you're going to be receiving, which is $32, and you divide it by the amount of shares you have. Let's say you picked up 100 shares of Mara today at 19.59. You divide 32 by 1959, and that should give you a return of more than 1.3%. Now, a return of about 1.3% and higher in just 3 days is extremely, extremely good. So if you keep focusing on the percentage returns as opposed to the monetary value, you will stay trading for a very, very long time. So the number one way to increase your premium is to lower your strike price. Now, another way to increase your premium is by lowering your chance of profitability. Now, remember, every time you change something in order for you to get more premium, something else changing. So this instance, we're going to go ahead and we're going to reduce our chance of profitability. Now, because we're going to lower our chance of profitability, that's going to also lower our strike price. Our strike price just went from 21 to 20.5. However, this video is focusing on increasing your premium. So with your 75% chance of profitability, now you're going to receive 0.44 as opposed to the previous examples of 0.32 and 0.24. Now, you will be getting more premium. However, you have lowered your risk of being assigned. The share price right here is going to have a more difficult time to get to an 80% chance of profitability as opposed to a 75% chance of profitability. I'm not saying that you're going to be assigned if you choose a 75% chance of profitability. I'm saying it's a lot easier to hit the 75% chance than an 84% chance, likely with the same for the strike prices. It's a lot easier to hit your 20.5 strike price as opposed to your 21.5 strike price. So that's another method you could use to increase your option premium. So the first one was to adjust your strike price by lowering it. The next one was to adjust your chance of profitability by lowering it. Both of these two are going to increase your premium. Now we're going to go ahead and do an even better way to increase your option premium, and that's to go ahead and choose your strike date. So remember the 24th, you get 3 days. We're going to go and increase it just by a bit, and we're going to be using January 31st. Now, the January 31st is going to give us 10 days to expiration. Now, let's go back to January 24th. I want you to keep an eye on the strike price of 21. We're going to be using the exact same strike price. Now, as you can see here, with the $21 strike price, I will be getting a premium of 0.32. Now we're going to go ahead and we're going to go just a couple more days out to January 31st. And we're going to choose the exact $21 strike price. But now look at the premium. You're now receiving twice as much and then a little extra. That is the power of going out an extra couple of days. Now, like I mentioned earlier, every time you change something in order to get more premium, something else changes. Now that you're getting way more premium, now you have to wait even longer for your option to expire. Now, because you're a seller of option, you're now giving the person that bought your option more time for the trade to work in their favor. So, although you're going to get way more premium now, you have a risk of the trade going against you. I wouldn't worry much about a trade going against me because this particular option strategy and selling covered calls is what's known as a win-win option strategy. If these trades go against you, then you either end up with extra cash in your portfolio or you end up with extra shares, hence a win-win option strategy. So when you decide to choose the amount of premium you receive, just keep a couple things in mind. Make sure you choose a strike price that you're comfortable. If you are assigned, meaning if you have to sell your shares, you're comfortable with the strike price you chose. Number two, make sure you're comfortable with the chance of profitability. Let's say you're comfortable with around an 80% chance of profitability and you are assigned, then you wouldn't mind much because you know you stand to make money even if the trade goes against you. So let me give you a quick example right now. If you were to pick up 100 shares of Mara right now at 19.5 and come expiration right here, Mara is trading above this, then in addition to your premium, you're going to be receiving the difference between 21.5 and 19.5, which is going to be $2. That $2, you're going to multiply it by 100 shares because each option contract is 100 shares, and you're going to be getting $200 plus your $65. Not bad for only a couple of days' work. The last thing you need to pay attention to when choosing your option premium and when you want to receive more option premium is always to choose an option premium that works for you. So just as an example, I could show you, I could go ahead right now and choose the option premium of 0.08, which is $8, and I have a very high chance of profitability of 96, meaning there's a very low likelihood of me being assigned. However, look at the premium I'm going to be receiving. I'm only going to be receiving $8, 0.08. So you have to ask yourself, is it worth making only $8 on 100 shares of a stock that costs you 19.58? Your percentage return on this is going to be less than 1%. Now, for my personal risk tolerance and preference, I do not accept anything less than 1%. That's a no-no for me. So keep that in mind. Always choose an option premium that you could live with. Also keep in mind, if you were to close the trade before it expires, you will have to pay back some kind of money in order to close the trade. If you were to do this trade for only $8 and you have to pay $2 to close the trade, then you essentially only making $6. So take that into consideration. When choosing to make more option premium, it's a risk like everything else. Once you decide to get more money, you're going to be giving up something. So that is how you increase your option premium. Now, if you guys found any value in the video, go ahead and like the video, subscribe to the channel. But most importantly, if there's anyone out there struggling to grow their small portfolio, go ahead and share the video with them. Let's help as many as we can. And until the next video, pushing your investments.